Hello again. So today we have another card pull, and this is really fun. Card A, card B, and card C. So take a deep breath, allow your intuition to guide you. And just excuse me, side note, if you pick card A, and when you hear the messages, actually B or C is the one that actually really speaks to you. Go for it. You are not tied to it. I always suggest that you listen to all the messages that come through about the card for each card because there could be something in everything. And maybe the card that you intuitively thought, oh, that one's pulling me. There was a small message, but in another card, there was a big one. So don't get too regimented about the card pull. Go with the message and how they feel. Okay, so card A today is from the beautiful Gaia deck, the Gaia Oracle deck. Such a gorgeous deck. Um, mm, oh, I love this. Intuitive communication. Silent whispers of the heart. Okay, let's see what Sam has to say. What do the angels have to say today about our message? Uh-huh. Oh, dear ones, we are so indeed pleased that you are here to participate, to engage, to communicate, to collaborate with us today. We are so happy to be here, for it is a blessing for all of us. Yes, yes, yes. So we would like to draw your attention to communication. Yes, this is the key. If you have chosen card A, then this week is all about communication. And not only communication between the physicalness of your environment, between friends and family and coworkers and loved ones and so forth, but also with yourself. For yourself includes, but not limited to, the version of you that you see in the mirror. Yes, this is but such a small portion of you. And the higher you, or the higher self, or the all of you is completely and intrinsically connected to everything else. So it is not just your higher self as one entity that you are in communication with when you are using or engaging in your intuition, but rather it is the allness, the wholeness, the completeness of the universe. So as you connect with your higher self, you are able or have the ability to communicate with ones here on the earth plane or in the other realm. You are not limited to who you can have a conversation with physically. No, dear ones, you are not. You are not. But rather, you have the opportunity, the awareness to communicate, to collaborate, and work with anybody, anywhere, anything. Yes, you may send a message today from your seat here in your physical space out to perhaps a loved one who has passed. Perhaps you would like to send a message to a loved one who is here on Earth and lives across the planet. You do not need to pick up your technology in order to do so. No, you connect with the larger part of you that is connected to the larger part of everything. And that is the way that you can communicate. Just as the trees communicate with each other from miles and miles and miles apart through the earth system. Yes, it is all interconnected, this web. Yes, this web of energy that is here and inside of and on top of and underneath of everything. Do not think yourself so limited, dear one, for if you are here, you are aware that you are an intuitive being, an energetic, eternal being that is simply here on this planet in order to experience, yes, life as a human. But you are not limited to that. No, you may have your human experience in the day-to-day life, but that does not mean that you are cut off from communication from all that is. But rather, it is available to you at any moment, any moment, any moment. Hmm. And in this way, you are also connected for others to communicate with you. For you may get a pull, a heart pull, thinking of perhaps a loved one, whether they are in another place on the physical world or in another realm. Yes, that is them communicating with you. As you become more sensitive and aware that this is even a possibility, then you will become aware of when someone, somewhere, some being, some energy is communicating with you. Yes, yes. And this awareness gives you the opportunity to remember that you are never alone, that you are supported, encouraged. There are cheerleaders everywhere on your behalf. Yes, yes, just as you are cheering for loved ones who live somewhere else, they are cheering for you. Yes. So you've got this. Play, practice, and have fun, dear ones, communicating with all that is. Oh, that was cool. It was it was almost like I could see sending messages to like my son lives in Scotland, sending messages to him, or sending messages to even like, oh, I want to send this community a message. I want to send love to, oh, and that seems particularly appropriate right now, given the world chaos to set you can send you can communicate you can now remember when you are doing such a thing that you are sending the energy you're holding in the moment. So if you are angry or fearful or upset or overwhelmed, don't send out that. I invite you not to send out that. I invite you to be in a place of love and grounded and peace and ease and collaboration and communication. When you are in that place, then you can send that to where it needs most. So always ask the question, what is the energy I want to send to that place? Or what does that person need most at this moment? And then communicate. Love it. Love it. Okay, card B, on to card B. This is card B, and if you've been here before, you know exactly where this is from. This is from the Divine Energy Oracle from Sonia Choquette. I love this deck because it is very straightforward, no pulls, no punches. Oh, there we go. So let's see what they have to say about love yourself. And actually, this is great. This is if you're watching, this is a very special message for somebody who is in my workshop currently, who has apparently been getting this message a lot. So let's see what they have to say. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, dear one. Now, you may consider that love yourself is a, mm, even some of you have the thought that this is a waste of time. I can't look after myself later. How can I possibly, in this time of turmoil and chaos and upset and anger and fear, how can I spend time looking after myself? That is just selfish. That is foolish, for I must do something to help right the wrongs that are going on in the world right now. Well, dear one, as this one has said just moments ago, you are always going to be feeding the energy that you are holding into any circumstance, situation, or person. So we invite you to, this is the starting point. This is the place to begin, is to care, to love you. For if you are in the elements, in the conditioning, in the energy of love for yourself, that is what you are adding to the world. And for so many of you, if you are here, we understand that this is such an important thing for you, this contribution, this energy of love, of compassion. Well, you need to have that for yourself first in order to generate that energy to send out. Otherwise, you will take the last few snippets that you have of love and send them elsewhere without the ability to continue for yourself. It is much like, yes, we like this. It is much like a sourdough starter. You must have some to continue to making the bread. You do not give all of it into the loaves. No, you keep a piece, you nurture it, you feed it, you love it, you take care of it in order for you to be able to send out more or make more bread. If you wish to fill your neighborhood with wonderful homemade sourdough, then you must take care of the starter. It is very important. There must be fuel. There must be, uh, mm, hmm, there must be the energy in order to fill you up once again to send out. The most unselfish thing you can do as a human is to love yourself. This is your largest contribution. But you must look after your human first. For if you do not, then you are without a vessel in which to send out, to engage with, to experience all that you wish to do. Oh, dear ones, we see you in your misguided, your years of being called selfish as a bad thing. It is only those who do not have anything and must rely on others to fill them up that think that this is a good idea, for they do not want you to look after yourself. They want you to fill them first because they are already empty. But that does not work. No. If you give away the starter, you have nothing to make bread with. So we invite you to know that this act of self-love is not only good for you, but it is good for the planet. For if everyone loved themselves, in that act of loving yourself, you realize that you are worthy. And in noticing your own worth, you notice that of others. It is only when there is fear, when there is the emptiness of thinking that you are not worthy, which allows you the thought that others are not worthy. And that is just ridiculous, for you are all worthy. You are whole and complete and worthy as you stand without doing anything, without being anything other than you. But it is only when you notice your own worth that you can see the worth of others. And this is the energy we invite you at this time to send out to everyone. For how can we hurt or harm or fear others if we see their worthiness and we see our own? Yes, this is the message, dear one. For loving yourself is loving others. It is the highest contribution you can make to the raising of the vibration and frequency of your planet at this time. This is not selfishness. This is contribution at its peak. For you are to be contributed to as well. Oh, we love you, dear ones. We love you. We love you. And now it is time to look in the mirror and love yourself. Ooh. It was like I could feel this like whoosh of worthiness is the only word I can think of. It wasn't even love. It was like worthiness of this like you have every right to be here, to be exactly who you are, what you are, how you are, however you want to express it. And then the contrast was like someone who doesn't feel that and how they're fearful and greedy and trying to get energy from somebody else. and trying to protect themselves because they don't feel worthy enough to be here. So if you thought that you weren't worthy, then you would do everything in your power. Your ego, your humanness is going to do everything in its power to survive, which is usually lashing out. So that was really interesting. It was a very stark difference of energy through my body. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So card C. This is this one, and it comes from the Oracle for the Fairies. Such a pretty deck. And this card is, oh, it says lost and found. Just minding my glasses. Yeah. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So cute. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's just see what they have to say today. Mm-hmm. Yes, dear ones. Yes, dear ones. We love the fairies. Oh, yes, we do. And today they invite you to notice quietly, take a moment. Where do you feel most lost in your life? Perhaps it is the loss of the feeling of self. Perhaps it is the loss of a loved one. Perhaps it is a space that feels empty for no particular reason at all. Yes. The fairies are not only here to help you find your keys or a ring that has slipped from your finger, but rather they are here to engage in assisting you to find yourself. Yes. For many, many, many of you are feeling lost in this moment. And we understand that, for things are changing rapidly, and the muck has been stirred from the bottom of the bucket and is rising and clouding visibility, which makes the future hard to predict for humans who like to predict. So you may feel lost in this moment, but that is okay. Ask for assistance, for you have, an entire realm at your fingertips, eager to help you, find you, to guide you, to help with the ahas and the insights and the revelations. Yes, for much like hide and seek, there are parts of you or elements of your energy that are hidden behind a bush or in a cupboard. And we are here to assist you in finding them. But it does not work for us to hand it to you on a plate or a platter, for that does not, bring the insights or the ahas and the transformation that is possible. So we cannot just guide you directly or bring your keys back to the center of the table, but rather engage with the fairies and the angels and the loved ones who have passed. Engage with them in a game. And we know that some of you find this difficult to believe that a game can transform your life, but rather it is when you are more relaxed and playful and not taking yourself so seriously that the insights come most readily and the transformations occur as a large, wing swooping in. Yes. Not all transformation arrives with a bang, but some sneak in and suddenly your life has changed, or that spot that felt empty feels full. So do not limit your inquiries to lost keys or rings, but rather look to see where in your life you have lost you, or an energy of you, or things that you think are lost. You may find out in the game, in the searching for, that they were never lost in the first place, but rather they are sitting there waiting for you to engage with them once again. Sometimes, as in a lost love, It is simply the love for self that is needed, not another person. But it is only in the engagement and the experience of and the inquiry into that these answers are available to you. We cannot come and tell you directly, for it does not work that way. And of course, if you are content and happy and having a joyous day and still cannot find your car keys, we are willing to help there too. We love you oh so much, dear ones. We do, we do. Mm. And we appreciate your blessing today for engaging with us. Oh, we love you, dear ones. We do. All right. That was today or this week's message. I hope you have a very good day, very joyous day is what I wanted to say. Thanks, everybody. We will see you soon.